Let's be clear right from the beginning. Taking a cold shower or cold bath is uncomfortable. Sometimes it can be downright brutal. In fact, if you somewhat dread the idea of taking a cold plunge, guess what? You're doing it right. Yes, it will be uncomfortable and you will likely hesitate to do it. You might even need to psych yourself up even to start it. But it will change your life. It has so many high-quality benefits that you're actually doing yourself a disservice not incorporating cold therapy into your life. Our bodies have adapted to cold exposure throughout the countless generations before us. Our ancestors were often exposed to cold, even in warmer climates at night or during inclement weather. It's a natural part of the human experience, but modern conveniences have effectively removed meaningful cold exposure from our lives. So today, we're going to go over the best benefits of cold therapy and why incorporating it into your routine can literally change your life for the better. All right, let's get going. First, after cold therapy, you're going to feel good. Cold exposure releases feel-good hormones and certain neurotransmitters into your system. Key among them is norepinephrine, beta endorphins, and dopamine. These all help to improve your mood and increase mental health. There are several studies on the effects of these hormones and neurotransmitters and their positive impact on mental health and clarity. When your body is exposed to cold, the nerve endings send signals to your brain to release these chemicals. It's nature's way of combating cold by stimulating your body to respond accordingly. You will hear a lot of people describe the alertness and mental clarity after a cold plunge, and this has been shown to last for several hours. And while norepinephrine is definitely associated with a feel-good effect, it's also key to reducing inflammation in the body, as it inhibits the production of certain proteins in your body that can lead to that inflammation. And chronic inflammation, the kind associated with not feeling good, is one of the most important areas to combat to help you with another critical area, muscle recovery. If you do a workout correctly, you will in fact create tiny tears in your muscle that will lead to a growth and recovery phase. Cold therapy has been shown to improve muscle recovery by helping to reduce the inflammation associated with these microscopic tears in your muscle. Cold will also speed up the waste elimination in muscle repair. Lactic acid, the substance that typically gives that soreness feeling, can be removed more quickly from the body after a cold plunge. The scientific term for this is lymphatic draining, and this natural recovery occurrence is given a boost with some post-workout cold therapy. So when your recovery is at a premium, add in some cold treatment to speed up the muscle repair. Additionally, if you start your morning with a cold shower or bath, the effect is you will feel more alive and awake as the oxygen intake will increase along with your heart rate, all of which will increase your alertness and start the day off right. Cold exposure can also help you lose weight. The mechanism at work here is an increased metabolism that engages your brown fat stores and heats up your core body temperature. Moreover, this reduction of inflammation enables your body to better process energy stores of fat for fuel. The end result is that the cold triggers your body to heat up, reduce inflammation, and begin to burn fat more efficiently. To be clear, this is not a replacement for a healthy diet. You still need to eat natural whole foods to best reduce body weight. But cold showers can in fact help in this area as a combined effort for fat loss. Next, you're gonna be generally healthier. Cold exposure can help your body stave off common illnesses such as colds and infections. The cold exposure triggers leukocytes that are blood cells that have a function to help with maintaining health. The exposure is somewhat telling your body to fortify its defenses and therefore keeps you in a more ideal state. Further, your circulatory system will also be improved. The cold will constrict your blood vessels and mechanisms for circulation. As you warm up, these vessels will expand and return to normal size. It's almost like a workout for your circulatory system when you constrict and expand. Your body gets a survival signal that focuses on maintaining your core temperature. It is the response that moves most of your blood to your vital organs instead of your extremities. This is why your fingers and toes always get more impacted. Your body is not prioritizing them for circulation. And as an added bonus, the increased circulation has a beneficial effect on chronic inflammation in your body to help you heal over the long term. Cold exposure will also improve your mental toughness and endurance. When we mentioned at the beginning that you're doing it right when you dread getting immersed in cold water, one of the greatest benefits of that is it sets you in the right frame of mind to take on anything afterward. It's a simple productivity hack. Do something hard first, and the rest of the day will be easier in comparison. And the trick here is to breathe. Once you're in the cold, your body's natural reaction will likely trigger hyperventilation. You will breathe quicker due to the shock to the system. So the goal then is to calm the breathing. This not only builds mental toughness by breathing through it, but also puts you in a meditative state that makes the time go by much faster. Slow breathing is critical. Similarly, with endurance, the increased circulation, production of blood cells and neurotransmitters will allow for improved distribution of oxygen to all your systems in the body. With proper oxygen in your system, you can obviously do more aerobic activity. Professional cyclists know how important oxygen is in their performance, and the same is true here. Cold therapy influences the body to produce more of what it needs and therefore allows you to become more fit aerobically. So the question then becomes, how cold is cold and how long do we need to do it? The best studies currently are coming from Susanne Soberg out of the University of Copenhagen. She's a leading expert in cold therapy and has specific updated recommendations based on her research. So for temperature, the ideal is uncomfortably cold. Cold to the point where you want to get out and get out now. This is great because everyone can dial in the right temperature based on their experience and tolerances. For example, 65 degree Fahrenheit ocean water will likely seem very cold to most people. That's why you see many folks going in 65 degree water very slowly, even when it's a hot day. So start with as cold as you can tolerate and lower the temperature as you become more tolerant. In terms of time, Dr. Soberg's recommendation is about 11 minutes of exposure every week. So if you were to incorporate this into a weekly schedule, that would be 3 or 4 cold showers for about 3 minutes each week. That is great news as it's a very doable amount of time for just about everybody. If you shower in the morning, then turning it cold for 3 minutes is quite easy, and you only need to do it about every other day. Another common question regards contrast therapy, or using cold and heat together at around the same time. While there are experts that feel that this is not as ideal as doing cold and hot separately from each other, there is data to suggest contrast therapy does have beneficial effects. It's also a very good approach for starting out. For example, if you were in the shower and you turn it cold and then turn it to hot, this could make the introduction of cold therapy a lot easier to handle. If you do have access to a sauna or hot tub, that would be even more ideal sources for heat. But given all that we have discussed, the ideal would be to end with cold. The reason is it allows your body to have positive reactions and start to increase your metabolism by heating back up to the core body temperature. But if this is too much, have ending on cold a goal as you become more adapted to the cold temperatures. So as we've seen, cold therapy can indeed change your life for the better. Check out this video to learn more about ideal male health, and we'll see you in the next one.